So after using the iPhone SE 3rd generation for a couple of days now, I've started to think to myself, man, there are some other iPhones that you could possibly buy that if you're in the market and you want a cheap iPhone, you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, there is an iPhone out there that probably should be your next iPhone, especially if you have something like an iPhone 6s or older, an iPhone 7, even an iPhone 8 or an iPhone 10. This iPhone I think is probably the best upgrade you can go if you're trying to save the most amount of money and still get a very stable phone that's going to be supported for many years from now. And this specific iPhone is the iPhone 11 Pro. I think, in my opinion, as I mentioned a few days ago, this is probably one of the most stable iPhones you can buy that's going to give you a mixture of premium build quality, performance, longevity, battery life, and all in a pretty cheap package for the most part. Now, surprisingly, the iPhone SE 3 is $429, which is pretty expensive. After taxes, it's running you almost to $500, to be honest. With the iPhone 11 Pro, you can find a lot of these things out for less than $500. They're both starting at 64 gigabytes, so there's not like a difference in storage or anything. But the iPhone 11 Pro can go up to 256, for the mid-tier model, I think, if you wanted to. But still, the 11 Pro's base model is more than enough storage for what I was using not too long ago. And I personally used the 11 Pro for a little bit over a year, and I loved that phone so much. It was one of the best phones that I used. Now, the outside of this phone definitely looks much better than the SE3, to be completely honest. It is approaching 3 years old this year. So because of that, the internals may seem a little bit more dated, but there is a lot of overlap. The iPhone 11 Pro has 4 gigabytes of RAM, the iPhone SE3 has 4 gigabytes of RAM, and this is still a very premium and great performing iPhone. That Apple A13 Bionic chip that was inside the iPhone 11 Pro still holds up extremely well. When I look at a majority of other devices that are in the market, and whenever I compare them to my iPhone 11 Pro, I'm still surprised how great of a performing the iPhone this is. And that's even beyond the performance. We all know this phone is going to be still a pretty fast performing phone. It's going to have, great performance and longevity and everything. But some other things, the battery life on this iPhone is very underrated. This battery life on this device, even on iOS 15, was pretty good. I had an amazing time with this battery life when I was using it on iOS 14. And then iOS 15, a little bit of a different story, but it was still pretty good for the most part. The camera quality on this iPhone is also extremely good as well. We have that triple camera setup. This was one of the first iPhones, or the first iPhone, to bring that triple camera setup, and that has held up extremely well on this device. In my opinion, getting an iPhone like this and having this type of camera setup future-proofs yourself like crazy. And compared to Apple's budget offering right now, it is a much better camera than, the iPhone SE3. It's a better camera than the 11 that the Apple's still selling, and I would say it's a better camera than the iPhone 12 and potentially even the iPhone 13. It doesn't have cinematic mode and stuff, but it's still a very good camera. On top of that, the display on the front is still very good. No 120 Hz, but still it's a very good, screen. I haven't had too many complaints about it. And overall, if you're trying to get a very good iPhone for a very good price, I don't see how the iPhone 11 Pro isn't on top of your radar, how you wouldn't want to pick this thing up. If you have more money, go for the iPhone 13 or the iPhone 13 Pro. That's probably the best iPhone out right now, but the iPhone 11 Pro is a solid option, and I do think it should probably be your next iPhone for sure. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.